In this upcoming video, I'll be making my predictions on the 2022 Formula 1 season. These predictions are on many different things that could happen in 2022. For example, most improved driver, a team that could get an unexpected victory, and a look at my championship standings predictions. So let's head into the video, but before we do that, please take this time to subscribe to the channel. This would really help me out in growing my YouTube channel, so thank you very much, and let's move on with the video. Let's first take a look at my most improved driver for 2022. To do this, I'll go over to the Ferrari garage and I'll pick Charles Leclerc as my most improved driver. Leclerc had a pretty good season in 2021, but it seems like he had a lot of unlucky moments throughout the season that prevented him from being in the top positions, like fighting for podiums. He had potential to win at races like the Monaco Grand Prix and the British Grand Prix, but it wasn't meant to be. He finished down in 7th in the Constructors Championship with his new teammate Carlos Sainz finishing up in 5th. But I think in 2022, things will be different. Leclerc will have better luck and he'll be able to fight for consistent podiums and hopefully wins. For my most improved team, I'll be going for Aston Martin. I feel in 2021 that Aston Martin's performance was just not good enough, and I hope with these 2022 regulations, this will give them the opportunity to fight for higher positions in races and the championship. Next up is my driver of the year. I've picked George Russell. Since he's moving to Mercedes in 2022, I feel that Russell's performance at the team will be outstanding. His performance at the Sakir Grand Prix in 2020 showed us his potential as a Mercedes driver, so hopefully that performance continues into 2022. My pick for the best race of the season would be the Italian Grand Prix. Monza has hosted so many exciting races in the past couple of years. 2020 saw Gasly win, 2021 saw Ricciardo win, who knows what could happen in 2022. It seems like every time we come to Monza, it's always an exciting Grand Prix. The final prediction out of this chart would be an unexpected winner. I've gone for Sebastian Vettel. It's been a long time since Vettel won a race. His last win to this day is the Singapore Grand Prix in 2019. But I think if there's a massive crash and there's one driver that could take advantage of that and be able to consistently lead, that would be Sebastian Vettel. So hopefully this prediction comes true. Let's move on to the next set of predictions. Haas will score points. Now this is pretty big, especially after Haas's performance in 2021. It did not go well, I have to admit that. But maybe these 2022 regulations help them to get in contention for scoring points. We'll see what happens in 2022, but at some point during the season, I'd like to see Haas in the points. Here's a bold prediction. Ferrari will win over 5 races. Now this is pretty big, especially for a midfield team like Ferrari, but Ferrari are on the rise again, and if they get these 2022 regulations to fit perfectly for their car, they'll easily be in contention for multiple race victories. Lando Norris will win a Grand Prix. Now, he got very close in 2021. He almost won the Russian Grand Prix, and if it wasn't for that rain, he probably would have won that one. So I think in 2022, it will go all right for Norris, and he'll finally be able to pick up that first F1 victory. Moving on to another interesting prediction, Russell will have a season like Hamilton's in 2007. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the 2007 season for Lewis Hamilton, this was his rookie season and he was able to perform as good as Fernando Alonso, who was his teammate at the time. I think Russell's season could be similar to Hamilton's in 2007. Hopefully he'll instantly perform well and maybe be in contention for the championship. And for this set, my final prediction is Albon will have a strong season at Williams. I want to see Albon perform well. I hope he'll be able to take that experience he learned at Red Bull and put it to good use at Williams. We do have to remember that he has taken a year off F1, so it may take him a few races to relearn that Formula 1 car. But I think once he's settled in, he'll be able to fight for some strong points positions for the Williams team. So moving on to my Constructors Championship predictions, I've put Haas in 10th and Alfa Romeo in 9th. I feel that both teams will have a better 2022, but won't be on the same pace as other teams. Next up, I've put Williams in 8th and AlphaTauri in 7th. I feel that both of these teams will have a pretty good 2022, but their performances will be pretty similar to their 2021 season. I've put Aston Martin in 6th and Alpine in 5th. I feel that Aston Martin are going to have a much better season than 2021. I think they're going to be fighting for more consistent podiums, and they should be fighting for 5th with Alpine in the championship. But I do believe that Alpine will just about get them in the World Championship because I think they're going to have another strong season in 2022. Next up, I've gone for something a little different to 2021. I've put McLaren in 4th, but I've put Red Bull in 3rd. I think McLaren are going to have another strong season, pretty similar to 2021, but I think Red Bull are just going to be beaten by 2 other teams, and I think they will be fighting for the World Championship, but it's going to be super close between the top 3. And finally, the 2 remaining teams, I've put Ferrari in 2nd, and I think Mercedes will finish 1st and win their 9th World Championship in a row. I think we're going to get a 3-way championship fight between Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. I think Ferrari will be able to find the pace in 2022 and fight Red Bull and Mercedes for the World Championship. And I think by the final round, these 3 teams will just be separated by around 30 points or so. So that's my Constructors Championship predictions. Let's round off this video by talking about my Drivers Championship predictions. So first up, I've put Mazepin in 20th and Zhou in 19th. I think Zhou's going to need some time to learn that Formula 1 car before he can start pushing for consistent points. I've put Latifi in 18th and I've put Schumacher in 17th. I think Schumacher is going to score some decent points for the Haas team. I've put Alex Albon for Williams in 16th and Bottas in the Alfa Romeo in 15th. I think those 2 are going to score some good points for their respective teams. Then we move on to the rest of the drivers. I've put Yuki Tsunoda in 14th, Lance Stroll in 13th, Esteban Ocon in 12th, and Pierre Gasly in 11th. I don't think AlphaTauri is going to have a super strong season in 2022. That's why I put them both down in the bottom 10. But I do think Gasly will just miss out on the top 10. Moving on, I've put Vettel in 10th and Alonso in 9th. I think both are going to have a pretty good season in 2022. Then I got the 2 McLarens. I think Norris is just going to edge out Ricciardo. I think Ricciardo's going to find a little bit more pace in 2022. So next up, I've put Perez in 6th and Sainz in 5th. I think Perez and Sainz are going to have a pretty good season. I think they're going to be really close together in the championship. And while they may be down in 5th and 6th, I do believe they will be close to the top 3 in points. So next up, I've put Russell in 4th and Leclerc in 3rd. I think Leclerc is going to have a mega season. I think he's going to be fighting for the World Championship, and I think he's going to be scoring the most amount of wins for the team. I think Russell is also going to have a brilliant season. I think Russell is going to be fighting for the World Championship, and I think he's going to be consistently grabbing wins and being on the same pace as Lewis Hamilton. And finally, I think Verstappen will finish in 2nd, and I predict Lewis Hamilton to win his 8th World Championship. I think Hamilton, Verstappen, and Leclerc will have an amazing championship fight, maybe even Russell, Sainz, and Perez getting in the mix as well. Either way it goes, I think we're going to get an amazing 2022 season for the Drivers' Championship, for the Constructors' Championship, and for the overall season as a whole. So those are my predictions on the 2022 Formula 1 season. You've heard my predictions, but I'd like to know yours. What are your predictions for the 2022 Formula 1 season? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.